Hey everyone and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a part of German grammar that sounds kind of scary but is actually one of the coolest tools you can have, the Konjunktiv II. Basically, it's German's what-if button, and it lets you talk about a whole world that isn't just plain facts.
I mean, think about it. What if you want to say things like, if I were a millionaire, or I wish I were on a beach right now, or even just ask politely, could you pass the salt? That's exactly what this is for. It's the key to sounding less like a textbook and more like a real person.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll figure out what this what-if mood even is. Then we'll cover the two ways to build it, the super easy way you'll use all the time, and the pro way. After that, we'll see it in action and wrap up with the big rules and common mistakes to watch out for.
All right, let's dive right in. First things first, what on earth is this what-if mood anyway?
Okay, so put simply, the Konjunktiv II is for everything that isn't real. Most of what we say day to day is just describing reality, right? Facts. But the Konjunktiv II is for the other stuff, the daydreams, the hypotheticals, the polite suggestions, basically the entire world of things that are not currently true. And this slide just nails the difference. On the left, you've got reality. Ich bin reich. I am rich. It's a fact. Now look to the right. Ich wäre reich. I would be rich. See? In just one word, we've jumped from a bank statement into a daydream. That's the power of this mood.
And you're going to use it for all sorts of things. It's like a Swiss Army knife. You'll use it for those classic if this, then that situations, for making requests sound way more polite, for wishing you were somewhere else. It's incredibly useful.
So how do we actually build this thing? Well, let's start with the absolute most common, most useful, and easiest way. Honestly, this is your secret weapon.
Everybody, meet your new best friend in German, the word würde. Think of it as the German word for would. Anytime you want to say, I would do something, he would go, we would see, this is your guy. It's the workhorse, especially when you're just talking.
And the recipe couldn't be simpler. First, you take the verb werden. Then, you change it into its special form, würde. Next, you just add the right ending to würde depending on who you're talking about. And finally, this is the classic German move, you take your main verb, the action word, and kick it all the way to the very end of the sentence.
And the endings are pretty easy to remember. Check it out. The forms for ich and er, sie, es are exactly the same. And the forms for wir and sie are the same too. It's a nice, predictable pattern, which is always a relief in grammar, right?
And here it is, out in the wild. Ich würde Paris besuchen. You see the structure? You've got ich, then our conjugated würde, and then way at the end is our main verb besuchen. Perfect. I would visit Paris.
Okay, so you've got the easy way down. You ready to level up? Let's talk about the pro way. Now, this isn't for every verb. This is for a small, exclusive club of very, very important verbs.
Yeah, think of this as the VIP section of German verbs. The only ones on the list are sein, to be, haben, to have, and all the modal verbs. You know, can, must, should, would, all those guys. For these verbs, it just sounds much more natural to use their own special form.
So, how do you make these special VIP forms? It's another little recipe. First, find the simple past tense of the verb. Then, if the main vowel is an a, o, or u, you slap an umlaut on top, those two little dots. Finally, you just add the standard endings.
Now these are the ones you just need to memorize. Seriously, burn them into your brain. Sein's past tense war becomes wäre. Haben's past tense hatte becomes hätte. Könnte becomes könnte. You see the pattern? These are the heavy hitters. You'll be using them constantly.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get practical. How do we actually use these two methods in real sentences to get our point across? One of the biggest uses is just for being polite. Instead of saying, can you help me, which can be a little direct, you say, couldn't Sie mir bitte helfen? Could you please help me? It's instantly softer, more respectful. It turns a command into a request. And here we go, the classic if-then scenario. And what's so cool here is that it uses both of our methods. The if clause, wenn ich Geld hätte, uses that special VIP form for haben. But the then clause, würde ich ein Auto kaufen, uses our good old würde construction. They team up perfectly. Or how about just wishing you were somewhere else? That feeling when you're stuck in traffic? This is the perfect sentence. Ich wäre jetzt gern am Strand. It's how you say, I wish I were at the beach right now. You're literally describing a reality you would prefer.
So, this is the big question. How do you know which one to pick? The good news is the rule is incredibly simple. This is the main takeaway. For the VIPs, sein, haben, and the modals, you must use their special forms. For pretty much every other verb in the German language, just use würde. That's it. Simple.
And to finish up, let's go over the most common traps people fall into. We'll look at them now so you can just sidestep them completely. Okay, please listen up. It's a dead giveaway of a beginner to say something like, ich würde haben. Nope, you gotta say ich hätte. Same goes for a sein. It's ich wäre, not ich würde sein. And for the love of grammar, don't forget those umlauts. They are tiny, but they are mighty. They're the whole difference between the past and the hypothetical.
All right, time for a little pop quiz to see if it all stuck. How would you fill in the blanks here? The sentence is, if I were you, I would learn more. The verbs are sein and learning. So, what do you do with a VIP verb, and what do you do with a regular one? Take a second and think about it. And there you have it. Wenn ich du wäre, because sein is a VIP and needs its special form. Würde ich mehr lernen, because lernen is a regular verb, so we use our easy würde trick. And that's really it. You've now got the tools to talk about dreams, wishes, and possibilities. So, what's one thing you would do if you had an extra hour today?